We did two different plantings. I think it was just a function of us not getting our plants on time, but in June we planted those, and then the youngest ones are those 6 rows further that way. And yeah, we just all of our cultivation. I mentioned we do spray. One of the only herbicides we spray is Devronol. We'll do a couple applications of that in the fall. Do a lot of hand weeding. We use a Reggie mechanical weeder to control, to weed when they're young, when they're younger than they are now when you first plant them. Well, the first thing we do is we plant them, and then after they get the roots down, we run through with a Lely tine weeder actually. Set the center tines real loose so they'll just sort of scrape along the surface, and that does a real good job. And then we come through with the Reggie, because I can show you it, but are you familiar with the Reggie weeder? It allows you to get in between the plants, and before the runners have really developed, you can do that. And then we'll go through with the bat wings cultivators, another time, and then after that it's basically just hand weeding and Devronol the rest of the way. Our renovation, basically we did it late this year, but we like to do it as soon as possible after we're done with the harvest. Go through, we borrow a little 6-foot mower, mow them down, and then shortly afterwards come through with a hillside cultivator. And that does a real nice job of cutting the runners and making a nice bed. We don't do you'll see, I think I came through that with the hillside maybe 2 weeks ago or so. That section there a little later, and that does a nice job. It exposes the soil a little bit, allows the straw to break down, and yeah, but a lot of hand weeding. And we do spray some fungicides. As we grow more, we're starting to realize the importance of a fungicide application after we get the straw off. But we don't push it with our berries. That's one thing that Tim is very adamant about, is waiting on the straw. I think we are a good, week or 2 weeks later than a lot of the other growers around here getting the straw off in the spring. And it's really, for our market, it's really important for us to have berries at the 4th of July. In the last couple of years, like this year it wasn't as bad, but last year, I don't think, the berry supply was really almost dried up by the 4th of July because everything was so early. So we really like to take our time, wait. And frost control, or irrigation for us is a very expensive, it's very expensive for us to do it. We have to, as we were walking down, I don't know if you saw the 5-inch aluminum pipe, but we have to run that the whole way from our irrigation pond, which is, about a quarter mile away from us right now. Run it the whole way, move by hand our overhead. We don't do drip, it's all overhead irrigation. And that water is pumped with a PTO-driven water pump. So, if we have to do frost protection, it means getting up in the middle of the night and going down. And I think we had to do it 5 or 6 times this year. And had we taken our straw off, a week or 2 earlier, it would have been 14, 15 times. And for us, with our markets, it's not, that sort of investment isn't worth it. So, we're very conventional in that.